Lee Martin off pole position from Oscar Baldo, the Spaniard, in second. Darren Bloomfield for Great Britain in third. The Austrian Martin Volanka in fourth position. Two Americans, Ryan Lutz and Cody King, in fifth and sixth. Jon Neumann from Germany in seventh. Mike Truer, the third of the Americans in this last chance saloon, in eighth position. Renault Savoia in ninth. Brian Baldo from Spain in 10th. Miguel Mateus from Portugal 11th. Ricardo Berton, who ran out of fuel whilst in a transfer spot in his semi-final, in 12th position. The Italian Davide Ongaro in 13th position, and Lorenzo Crolla from France makes up the Fast 14, which have 10 minutes to get to the Neo X Monday Live final.
All cars ready to go, dropping down for what is going to be 10 minutes for ready action.
Martin, Baldo, Bloomfield, Valenka, Lutz, Cody King, Neumann, Troyer, Savoia for the top 10. Brian Baldo makes it up, and it's a decent start from the front of the grid. And remember, it's only 3 from here, and the top 3. Oh, someone's gone over. That was, I think that was Oscar Baldo that went over, and he's dropped way down. And we've already got Lee Martin, who may feel slightly aggrieved not to have gone through. He was scored as having qualified through, but there was a problem with Robert Bataille's transponder, and Bataille on countback has been put through the final already.
So Martin takes the early lead from Darren Bloomfield. Martin Wolanka in the last of the transfer place. Those are 3 of them, Bloomfield and Wolanka. The big loser, as you said, was Brian Baldo.
So as they continue around the circuit.
Oh, and that's Bloomfield facing the wrong way. And they come round. Up. So Bloomfield's got a problem. We are currently with our second, third and fourth place. 4, 7 I think it is. 4, 7 and 13. All going down the straight together now, the 3 of them.
That's
so
third, fourth. Is that not third, fourth and fifth?
No, you're right. Neumann and Ongaro.
What? So Bloomfield has dropped back down to 6th position. Lee Martin, by the way, thank you and good night. 4 seconds to the good. Has basically now just got to get the trip.
So it's about using his throttle carefully, not too much fuel.
10 minutes is tough.
To fight like Billy-O, because there's 3 cars for 2 slots. Martin Volanka, the Austrian, the X-Ray driver, the vice champion in Europe, followed up there, going up the inside, Jon Neumann, the double European champion this year in off-road.
And Volanka does not want to be pushed this hard. None of these guys do, because they will not get this trip if they are fighting too hard. If they are overusing the throttle, they are right on the edge of this 10 minutes.
And with the white and the orange car, it's David Ongaro, the man who won the junior final last night, was second in the Dash for Cash on Saturday. So his final results, when he came for 10-minute races going for it, are very, very good. He's got a first and a second so far. And this is the third 10-minute shootout we have. He gets on the inside of Neumann, trying to get on. Oh, Neumann gets a little love tap back. Oh, he turned around.
He's turned him around, but he's got off.
Oh.
Well, Karma revisited or visited on...
little love taps, I'd say, but that was not accidental.
That was a bit naughty. I think that was... he didn't like the block pass, did he?
Elbows out. So
didn't
Neumann
like the block pass.
Carries on in third. He's got the last bump-up place. It's all great news for Martin. Lee Martin has gone. Martin Volanka is trying to follow him. As you say, Martin will want to be on the back on the throttle, off the throttle as much as possible to make the 10-minute trip. But it's Neumann now, with Ongaro having been disposed. He's been chased down by Renault Savoia. So the shark, as Renault is known, is hunting his prey, and his prey is the current double European electric champion, Jon Neumann.
And behind them is still David Ongaro. The 13 car did lose some ground, but not enough to put him right out of it.
So it's all about those 3 cars. I don't know how far Wolanka's managed to get 1.5 seconds up the road.
That'll do nicely.
But they are dragging back to him. Neumann is dragging back to Volanka. Volanka across the line now. There's Neumann. Next one is Savoia, and there's Baldo.
Yeah, 33.5 last time around for Valenka. That's his lap speed. That's where he wants to be. 33 flat from Jon Neumann. 32.9 from our leader.
So second and third on camera at the moment. There's Neumann in the middle of your frame going up the hill.
Oh, Valenka
loses it.
It drops down to third immediately,
And
fights
again,
back side by side.
They're not leaving anything on the table, are they, John? Fighting back means get out of the way.
Well, there's no time to recover from anything here, and this is 4 cars for 2 spots here, second, third, fourth and fifth. And I tell you what, they're slowing each other up because we've got Cody King joining them as well.
And Martin's virtually 8 seconds ahead. So currently it's Valenka for Neumann from Savoia.
Do you know what? Lee Martin's almost got a pit stop in his pocket here if he needs it.
I'm sure he won't take it, but that's a lovely comfort to have if something might look a bit...
Do you know what? I'd be tempted. I would be tempted if I could get...
There's Ongaro again. Ongaro's fenced out. I think he's taken Savoia out there. Ongaro again coming start finish, just lent on Savoia.
Oh, there's another touch there as well.
Now I think that the 2 cars are broken away, and that is Valenka and Neumann now suddenly have breathing space. And you kind of think that the people are going to come through, perhaps Cody King can come through, but it's a long, long lead for Martin. This is second and third. Valenka and
look at the gaps. That's the gap back to fourth on down at the moment. They're going home. Those 3 are the 3 battling. They're trying to get back towards them. Now, if you can break away like that, that's decent. That's in fourth place, rather. That's Oscar Baldo. Now he needs to get his head down now and get after the 2 ahead of him.
So let's leave second and third because they're both qualifying if they are scrapping. Let's push back 1 place initially, and there we are. And Cody King's broke through. So Cody King now in the yellow and sort of back to the blue. More car forward, please, Frank. That's Cody King in 4th place. He is now chasing, and he's a world champion, remember. This is the world champion 2010 in Pattaya. Kyosho driver King has to try and bridge that gap, which is about 3 seconds to Neumann. Otherwise, he's going home. He's got 4 minutes to do it.
And we've had nobody taking a pit stop.
And nobody will. Well, not this gap. They can't now. They're just going to go for it. The other point is, will we see people running out of fuel in the last lap? Because
I think we will.
There's some frenetic pushing.
I think we will. And the other thing is as well, Nick, that the leader isn't being pushed so hard. He can ease back a bit and manage that gap. So he's not going to put laps on people. So everybody's going to have to do the full trip.
Cody King, who we're watching now, is doing some amazing laps. He's been a 31.7 and 32 flat in his last couple of laps.
Fastest man on the track last time around.
Is trying to bridge the gap, and the gap's down to 2.2 seconds.
Now, we said this about Mayfield earlier on, about how balanced the car looks and how quick you can get on the throttle. Those are the 2 guys he's chasing. And look at how early he was on the sticks there, on the throttle.
He's taking incredible liberties with the corner of the pipe. He knows it's go hard or go home. King, suddenly we're seeing the talent of the world champion in 2010. Suddenly we're seeing King really pushing, and this is what he's had in his tank the whole time. He must be wondering where it was before, but the incentive and the basically echo or bust, he is going for it, and he's catching them hand over fist, John.
And this is for the 15th and final position in the A main. And he is going to get to them. He's got 2 3/4 minutes to go. He is going to get to the back of Neumann and Martin Valenka, and they must know he's coming. They must feel the pressure from behind. And they've rolled
each other.
And Valenka's over. Now, was that Valenka getting pushed over by Neumann? I think it was.
So Neumann now has the point, and Valenka. So you need to drop 1 car back from King to Valenka. That's it in the yellowy car. So Valenka suddenly, from being in a comfortable second, has now dropped back into an uncomfortable 4th.
He is not going to like that. He is really not going to like that. They seem to have been coming together.
Does he have the pace, John?
I don't think he has. He's got 2 minutes.
He have
that's
the fuel.
4 laps. Exactly. That's the other issue. All he can hope for now is to put as much pressure on the guys ahead and hope that they stroke out and run out of fuel before the end of the race.
Valenka is the virtual RC champion, world champion with that, but this is for real. He's got no control. He can't reset this race. He has to take what he's got, which is 4th place and a gap of a couple of seconds, and it's stretched slightly. I think his only hope now is that King and Neumann come together.
Or one of them runs out of gas.
the number 4 car.
Martin Valenka then, the Czech Republic driver, excuse me, the Austrian driver.
Oh, and King there landed on the Durango of Neumann. King is on an absolute rage charge.
So position 14 in the final.
Back with second and third now as they go round the pro line steps. They turn back up to start the final minute of this last chance saloon. The action's all been there. It seems to be decided possibly by Neumann getting away with a, I don't know who caused it, but he came out better, let's say, and then a confident Valanka. The big winner there, Cody King, the big winner overall. Lee Martin, 9.5 seconds ahead and probably just sitting there doing a crossword.
Just as done for me on that, because he would have thought he was already through, of course, looking at the screens.
So Valanka has to make up 2 seconds in
He's
this
not going to do it.
lap. They're not going to get another one. If they stay 4 wheels down, let's stick with the Durango of Neumann in third as he goes under. That's the yellowy red car going the straight now. That's
might have to do one more lap.
They won't catch it. No, I think they're just behind the 33. Actually, the pace they're going, John, he might actually.
It was 33.5 seconds or thereabouts when he went across. He might have to do another lap, and that could be crucial on fuel. Martin Lee is going to win this one. Lee Martin, sorry, is going to win this one. Cody King second, Jorn Neumann in third at the moment. Oh, and he just stood us.
Well, Valanka's coming, but he's not got enough time.
5,
they're going to make it. This is the last lap. King gets on the lap.
1.
But Valanka's
gone through.
But Valanka's not gone through. Valanka has finished. He's got caught out 10.04. It's all over. King, Neumann and Valanka got caught. Martin up himself then. Lee Martin is going to get the win and the 13th is Valanka. I'm afraid Martin there in the X-Ray shirt. You see next to Darren Bloomfield. There's Neumann looking very happy with the orange stripes in his jacket.
Martin Valanka is not happy.
Cody King is next and looking impassive after what was a fantastic comeback drive. Martin Valanka with the X-Ray shirt and the spectacles. Well, just not happening. And I don't know really what they're going to do. You landed on me, Jorn. What happened? Jorn Neumann, I think, has mistaken a polar expedition for this race meeting. A good shake of hands between Cody King. I'm not sure what Valanka's going to say. Bloomfield, that's the end of his involvement for today.
Well, let's just confirm then that result.
So if Frank and Owen want to lock their shots off on something interesting, probably the pit area might be interesting. We are going to be just running you through all this, and then we'll take a little break for a few minutes, and we'll be back at about 5 local time.